Every few days, we hear the same debate again and again that Gen Z is lazy, addicted to their phones, and not serious about their life. But at the same time, we see many young people learning new skills, working harder, and worrying about a future that feels very uncertain. So, what is the real truth? Is the generation really failing, or is the world becoming harder to survive in? Because when millions of young minds feels lost, the answer is rarely that simple. There is no doubt that today's young people are facing strong pressure from many sides. Jobs are unstable, competition is very high, and even after getting degrees, many still struggle to find secure work. When people feel that their hard work does not guarantee stability, stress becomes part of daily life and not something rare. So it would be wrong to say that Gen Z is struggling only because of attitude problems. A large part of stress comes from systems that have become more demanding and less predictable. At the same time, we also cannot ignore that distraction is a serious issue, and Gen Z is growing up fully inside the digital world. Short videos, constant notification, and fast entertainment can make it harder to focus, to stay patient, and to sit with difficult tasks. But this is not only a Gen Z problem. People of all ages are now struggling with the attention and overuse of phones. Because modern apps are built to keep users engaged for a long periods of time, so while young people do need to build the better self-control, it is also important to understand that they are dealing with the tools that were designed to be addictive in the first place. Another major issue is that many of our education and career systems were built for a slower and more stable world. In earlier times, learning one skill and working in one field for many years was normal, and planning for the future was easier. But today, technology changes quickly, industries change quickly, and skills become outdated much faster while schools and colleges are following the same structure as before. On top of this, many of young people are dealing with information overload. They have thousands of career options, life advices, and success stories in their life every day, which sounds helpful but often creates more confusion than clarity. On top of that, many Gen Zs do not want to spend their entire life doing the same thing only. They want to explore different career options, different interests, and different skills, which is unfortunately seen as lack of focus. Gen Z is also more aware of global problems like climate change, mental health, and social inequality than many generations before. They talk about these issues openly and often feel responsible for fixing problems that were created long before they were born. But carrying this much awareness also comes with emotional weight. When young people constantly hear about disasters, crises, and broken systems, it becomes harder to feel hopeful and relaxed about the future. So, while this generation is more socially aware, they are also more mentally overloaded, which can lead to burnout and emotional stress at an early age. It is also important to remember that every generation has faced criticism from the ones before it. Older generations were once called careless, rebellious, and irresponsible when they were young. In the same way, Gen Z has its own weaknesses like shorter attention spans and sometimes avoiding longer commitments, but that does not mean that their entire generation is broken. It simply means that they are humans just like every generation before them. So instead of turning this into a fight between generations, it makes more sense to accept that young people today are growing up in a world that is more complex, more digital, and more uncertain than before. And if some of the points felt uncomfortable to hear, maybe it's not because one of the generation is right and another is wrong. It's because the change always creates a tension between the old world and the new one. Gen Z is not perfect, but they are not hopeless either. They are adapting to a fast changing world, and like the old generations, they are learning as they go. And if you think this kind of conversations matter, share this video so more people can see the full picture, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section.